Hey everyone, it's Melody Lane here. And if you've seen my last video, I made a cake topper and I wanted to show you how to make your own cake topper in Design Space because you have so many fonts to choose from and so many things to put on a cake. You can do so much. And I want to say hi to the people who are here chatting. Hi Janie and hi Joan, Miss Superklutz. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Sue. Here are just some examples I was just playing with. This one is not one I would use. This is Easy Cake Topper. It was just an example for my thumbnail of the video. And this one says happy birthday. I need to change the color so you can see it better. I don't really like it. Let's arrange it to the front. I was playing around with it and I'm like, that font is not good for happy birthday. And then I was thinking, well, maybe it would be if I used all capitals. Because when you're playing with things, different fonts look different ways and you just have to play with it. If you're creating a cake topper, don't try to create it in only 5 minutes. If you're bored or something, sit down and make a whole bunch of them that you could use. You can change, like this one, the over the hill, I made it so I can change this number. And this is all welded together, so I can't actually change the number on that one because once you weld, you cannot unweld. So for an example, I made some others. So I made this one, which is the same thing. It's exactly the same thing because I duplicated this before I added the number so I can add the number, add any number to it I want, or you don't have to use a number. You can just put over the hill. You could add a name to it. So my first tip is when you create something, duplicate it before you weld it together. And then you can always have it to, you can always hide it. As I have this group together, and in Cricut Design Space 3, which is something new than Cricut Design Space 2, you can click this eye over here in the right, and it will hide that for you. You don't have to click on every single little thing. Like I have another over the hill one here. You can see it's just grouped together. It's not welded. And I can just do the whole entire thing. Hide it is what I mean. I can just hide the whole entire thing. I'm not as good live as I am when I edit my videos. I cut a lot out when I edit my videos. Okay, and I want to say hi to a few of the people who are watching. Hi, Sue, Jenna, Sue, Brenda, Bisha, Sandy, LOL Girl 32, Lacey, good morning, Debbie, Frankie Leal, Diane Nugent, Susie QA, Angela Stone, Wanda Feeney, Susan Hoop, Brandy Tweedy. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to show you how to do this. And I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat a whole lot during that time. So I'm not distracted so much. So when you guys are watching the replay, you actually come and watch the video you want to watch and not me getting off topic and being distracted and forget what I'm doing. So hi, Bonnie. And Anna, if you guys have questions, please put them in all caps. I will be taking questions and requests maybe, or anything after I show this. And like I could actually spend the next 8 hours making cake toppers, but we're not doing that in this video because that would be crazy. But there's just so much you can create. And I just want to show you how to do a few, and then I would love to see what you guys can do. Because you can add names to this, like this happy birthday. Okay. Let me hide this one so we can see this. This happy birthday, you could put a number right here. So, and when you have an eye like this, I had to move these around. I'm not quite sure I like this one. This is the lipstick lettering font. And this is the one I used in Oh Happy Day, if you watch that video. And I love that font for the Oh Happy Day. I don't love it for the Happy Birthday. I'm thinking I might like it more if I used all capitals. Like the little dot on the eye, it has to be stuck to something. You cannot have that just by itself unless you add another layer to it to put it on. You can also use acetate to put it on the acetate. Good morning, Jamie. Okay, so that's that. And then this one, oh, I did weld these just to show you. And I love how this is a different color. What font is this? I don't even know if anyone asked that. I just think that's a good question because I forgot. Oh, it's a frightful affair. But to find the font, even after it's welded, like later, say I head over the hill and I want to add a number and I don't remember what font that is, if you can click the little circle, it opens up the layer attributes, click this little arrow here, and it tells me the selected font is A Frightful Affair Crack. So that does that. Okay, so let me go ahead and hide these. Okay. Let's see. Let's do text. So to start, click text. The text box always comes way down here at the bottom. I'm gonna do happy birthday. And it's in the last font I used, which is A Frightful Affair. I'm gonna change that to something else because it just puts it all in caps. So this one I am gonna do all caps to see how the birthday works with this. I'm gonna do it in 2 lines. Okay, I'm gonna move this up so you can see it. Let's make it a little bigger. Now, when we're choosing fonts, I like to choose a font with multiple layers. I didn't on my Oh Happy Day, and I love that one, but I think especially with the cake toppers, you need them to be kind of thicker, so it's better to do multi-layers, and who doesn't want more color? So I like to choose Cricut fonts. That way I know there can be some multicolors, and there's filter over here. If you click on filter, you can choose multi-layer, single layer, or writing. Writing does not work in what we're doing today. Well, you could write on top of your font, but today we're doing multi-layer. So then I can choose any font I want. Now there's like, there's varsity letter and stuff. So if somebody's graduating high school and they were a football player, there's like different fonts you could choose. Like the Over the Hill was A Frightful Affair. So just a happy birthday. What do I want? I like this one too. Oh, how did I get to writing? Let's click regular. And then here's the font. You can always, the second, or not the font, the layer is always hiding. It's usually always turned off. I don't think I like this. Did I choose writing style when I choose filter? Oh, I have multi-layer and writing style chosen. I didn't realize you could choose more than one. No wonder there weren't as many to choose from. This would be a fun one too. And I will be aligning that center, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna switch it out. Let's just go ahead and do this one. It doesn't really matter which one we use. I'm going to click here and we're going to, this says advanced. I like to ungroup to lines. That's the first thing I like to do. And I like to move the letters closer together because with this, they have to be touching. And this just helps it make it easier the less I have to do later. Okay. And you have to think about if you have room to put I use toothpicks because I used a styrofoam cake. If you're using a regular cake, you might want to get longer sticks to put in it to put in a regular cake. What was I just thinking? See, I don't even have to look at the chat to lose my mind. This one's going to be kind of easy. Okay, we're going to start with this one. And this one is cool because you can like just do happy birthday. Or you could add a name down here. You could add a number here. And first I'm going to do happy birthday, and then I'm going to add those things just to show you all the options that you have. Okay, and I'm going to ungroup this to letters. Ungrouping it to letters means I can move this and the back layer is still attached to it. That's important to keep that together when you're doing it. So I'm going to show you how to do this in layers. And these are all pretty good here. Let's move this one out of the way because I'm just going to start with this one. And I'm going to ungroup these. And one thing I like to do is just move it over closer to the ungroup button. Just click, click, click. See, it does take a little time to do this part. I can just move them back now. That's why it says you can't always do this in 2 minutes. And I just thought of something, as these are different colors, if I'm just going to have to group these if I want to keep them different colors. Because you could weld them or attach them together, but because they're different colors, you won't be able to do that. And if you want this P to be a different color, you could totally do that. Let's change one of the P's. Let's make it green. These colors up here in the current colors shows the current colors in your project you're using. So let's go ahead and change that to a P because it'll match this R here. Okay, now this we want to weld. And my weld button's down here is covered up. Okay, so now this, we can move back over here and arrange it to the front. Now these different color, because they're different colors and everything, and they're not welded and they're not even touching each other, the top layer, those will be cut individually and put on individually. I'm gonna go check the chat real fast and to see if there's any questions. Good morning, Peggy. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel. I know a lot of people watch, but they're not subscribing. So thank you for subscribing and thank you for liking my videos. And make sure you hang around. I have another live video set for noon, which is in 45 minutes. So whenever this video is done, I'm going to do the next one, and I'm opening viewer mail, and I have a special package from another YouTuber who made me something. So I don't want you to miss that. That will be next. If you have to miss it, you can watch the replay. Okay, Sandra's asking, could you leave it spaced but put it on a background like a balloon shaper maybe? Yes, you can do that. You could even put it on clear acetate. You could put it on balloons and leave it. You could do a print and cut on balloons. You could do all of those things. But what I'm showing you today is just to do it with the letters. But I could, at the end, I could grab a balloon and show you. Okay, so now we have this happy. And we could totally duplicate this, group that together, and save that for another day, not have it welded to the birthday, because what if I want to say happy anniversary or anything else? I'll have that happy ready, and then I could always attach it to another word. So now let's go down here, and we are going to ungroup to letters. And we have to move these closer together. Those are pretty good. These three, whoops, it's going to select all those. These three are pretty good. Just move those over. Move that over and that over. Okay, so now I have to ungroup these like I did before. So we're just going to click one letter, ungroup. It's really pretty quick and it's extremely easy. You just click on the letter and click ungroup. Sometimes things like this take a little time. That's why I said don't plan on doing this in 5 minutes. Make them ahead of time. Okay, so now I'm going to I clicked on the letter B, the blue letter only. As you can see over here in the layers panel, make sure you only have the blue B. Because it's ungrouped, it's not grouped to the black B. Clicking that, and I'm on a Mac, so I'm holding down my command key. On a PC, I think it's the control key. And if you're in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm just clicking on each letter, just the colored letter. And you can see over here in the layers panel, it's just the colored letters. And I'm going to group those. And move those out of the way because I want to. In Design Space 3, when you select something, you used to have to select all the way around it like that. But no longer. You only have to grab it like this. You don't have to surround the box. So now I'm going to weld this. And I'm going to put this back over here and move it to the front. So, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that. And I will hide that. Oh, I didn't have those grouped together. Let me undo that. Just put them over here. Okay, I'm going to group them and then hide them. Oh, what happened? I'm going to select it all. It's group. Oh, because it has, I have two groups grouped together. I clicked the wrong eye. That's what happened. Okay, we're going to move the happy and birthday over here away. It is the control key on Windows. Thank you, Jamie. Now I have to decide. Well, actually, I'm going to do this. You have to look, because I'm going to change the color of this. Whoops, I just hit it. Hit the wrong button. And FedEx is here. Okay, I'm just making it this color so you can see. You want to make sure this is all touching. and pretty good, not like just barely touching. You really need it to touch. Like this P is not touching here. Think this is going to stand up on a cake. So you really want to make sure it's all touching. And this is why fonts are important. Sometimes you're doing this and the font you chose is just not going to work, or you have to rearrange each letter a lot more. So I'm going to weld this. Okay, so now that's welded together. And you could just use this as a happy birthday. You wouldn't have to do all this. I'm going to send this to the back. Anytime you weld, attach, or group something, it sends it to the top. And that's why you always have to rearrange it. Putting that back to black. And putting this on there like that. Now, if I was doing this, okay, I'm going to go ahead and group this. I'm going to duplicate the entire thing. Okay, ungroup this one because I'm going to show you what I would normally do. Put these together and attach. So I could do that and do them all the same color. But then I would not just attach it, I would weld it. So now this is all, so you can see these are connected and those are connected. And it's just barely connected there. But it's going to go on there, and the black piece is much more connected. So you can do that. I'm going to check the comments. Do you have any questions? Hi, Kim Mayberry. This font, let me see what font it is. Boys Will Be Boys block. So this font is Boys Will Be Boys. I think it's a great font too for happy birthday. And there's some fancier ones if you want to do fancy. If you have your own fonts, you know, that you downloaded and they're fancy, you can use those too. You can use any font you want, but sometimes you have to play around with it. What was it? Oh, let's add a number to it. And a name. Okay, I guess I'll add my son's name. Like, what name do I use? My son is going to be 26. July 1st, it's coming up. Okay, and we need to change the colors. It's all blue. So I'm going to put this here, and you got to think about where the sticks are going to go. These need to be closer together. It kind of looks okay spread out like that, but you have to think about this standing up on a cake. Okay, we're gonna ungroup to letters. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to keep this, that one, to always use for a happy birthday. But I have this one because I want to add a number to it. Where's my other group? Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this because we're changing the one I'm using. So we'll always have one. So we don't have to do this again because I'm going to add numbers too. I'm going to put those up here. How's everyone doing in the chat? Okay. Okay, let me work on that, Alex. Okay, are these? Let me ungroup these because I think I like them the way they are. And I'll hit go so you can see how these are, the letters are going to cut out. So I'm going to select these again. I'm hitting Command while selecting each letter. And I'm just going to group those so I can move them and they be exactly as they are. And I'm going to weld this one. And this, I'm going to ungroup. This, I'm going to ungroup. So I can weld that. I'm going to move that out of the way. And so we're going to weld this. Let's move this to the back. Now, if you have trouble remembering this, just watch the replay. And as I do each one, pause the video and watch me do it. Okay, happy birthday, Alex. Let's do this one. And we will move it together. And I think I want the 20s, the TH smaller. I don't know. Maybe I want it bigger. Maybe I want it like that. Okay, let's ungroup to letters. I'm going to select just these two letters and make those smaller. Okay. I'm going to select this and this. No, those are grouped. I forgot. We can ungroup it this way. Ungroup layers. Group layers. This one and this one. Group so I can move them. And ungroup layers. Ungroup layers. This is the same as ungrouping over here. It's exactly the same. Group those. Okay, now I'm taking this. Whoops. I'm going to make sure these are not selected. So all I need to do is select this, and it will only select the layers one, and we're going to weld that. Click it, arrange it to the back. Let's put the happy back over. And the 26. There we go. Okay, now there's just too many blue letters. We need a green. Let's make that A. Orange. And oh, you don't have to stick with these colors. You can make up your own colors. Okay, now let's see how it, we're going to click Make It. Okay, so now there's these. Now, you can do it this way if you're using solid color paper. When I did mine, I did glitter paper, so I had to reverse one of them, and I'll show you that in a second. So, but I just want to show you. So this one, it says happy birthday. This says it just like that because I welded it together. So it's going to come up just like that. These other ones are just all separate because they're not welded or attached to anything, because they're going to be placed on different areas. So if you want different colors, this is the only way you're going to be able to do that. Well, unless I guess you could, let me show you another way, I guess. Like if you were going to use vinyl, because you totally could use vinyl, but you got to make sure it's thick enough. Cut it with cardstock and put layers together, or poster board and put layers together. So let me click the X. Okay, now if you were like going to use vinyl and you wanted it on exactly where it goes, I could, I keep getting notifications and they're in my way. I'm going to ungroup these letters so I can show you how to do that. So I'm just going to click the A, all the blue ones, and I'm going to attach those. Okay, so now I'm going to click all the orange ones. And you can see over here what's selected. So I'm holding down my command key and clicking the letters with my mouse. Let's attach those. And now the yellow. Attach those. Oops. Undo. I must have had a green one selected. Are these grouped? Those are grouped. I need to ungroup. That's why that happened. Okay, let's go back to the yellow and attach. And green. And attach. Okay, let's hit the go button. Make it. Okay, so now you see this, like if you were using vinyl, you could do transfer tape and put all the letters on exactly where they go. And I think vinyl would look really pretty on a cake topper too. So that's how you can do that. Okay, if you were using, if you were like using glitter paper and, let's just use this one for an example. If you're using glitter paper or something like that and you want the back to do this, all you'd have to do is duplicate this one, duplicate the back layer, and then go up to the edit panel and click on flip and flip horizontally. So then this you would cut out just like this. You'd put the paper on the top side, you know, just the glitter showing up just like you normally would, and then you glue this to that. And I showed that in the last video that I did. Yeah, Susan saying you could even do Happy Birthday USA for the 4th of July, red, white, and blue. That would be awesome. That's a great idea. Hi, Kiona and Faye. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in there now. Yeah, you could do a giant Mickey Mouse cake topper. Hello, Hannah from Brazil. Yeah, you could do, this does not have to be cake toppers. This can be title for scrapbook pages. This could be put in a birthday card. You could totally make this for a birthday card. This does not have to be a cake topper. Hi, Susan Sharp. Okay, I read someone's question and then, oh, Mickey Mouse. Okay, you can make Mickey Mouse with just shapes, but let's go ahead and No results found. Oh, that's because I'm in categories. Okay, let me show you something first. Let me click on categories. Did you guys ever click on this? This is images. This is in categories. Click on free this week. No results. Free this week are mermaids and pirates, and there's a really pretty dolphin and a flower and so much. It's the mermaid cartridge. So it was showing this earlier. I don't know why it's not now. Probably because I'm doing a live video. Okay, let's go back to images. Mickey Mouse. So let's just add this one. What's this do? Oh, what's layer behind it? Okay, let's do that. And you could do happy birthday in here, or happy birthday, or put a name in the ear. You can do anything you want. You can put a stick on this and make a Mickey Mouse happy birthday. For the person that asked about the Mickey Mouse happy birthday. Kathy Lynn's has a question. How do you do glitter vinyl? Tried to get it to stick to transfer tape and it wouldn't. Glitter vinyl comes with a piece of extra strong transfer tape at the end of the roll. At least Cricut glitter vinyl does. You can also buy the strong tape glitter vinyl. It really doesn't work very well with regular transfer tape. You need to use the Stronghold transfer tape. And you could use glitter vinyl on here. I just use glitter, glitter cardstock. Thanks, Jamie, for answering her question. Yeah, you can use barbecue skewers instead of toothpicks. If you're putting this in a real cake, I would suggest that, unless the cake is just a single layer cake. Oh, someone said it didn't show because I still had Mickey. Let me try that again. Categories. Oh, no. No. But you can go to Images, Filter, and click Free. No results. There are free ones. Oh, I still had Mickey. Okay, go away, Mickey. Let's do free. There we go. Well, there's a lot of free ones. Some of these are always free. And some of these are, I think, just free to me. Or here's the cool ones. These are the ones that are free this week. Because like this one, I think this one came with my Expression 2 machine. That's why I think Cricut Alphabet. Are these free for everyone? Because I think they came with my Cricut Expression 2 machine. Phone decals, these are all free. These are really cool. Did you guys see all these? I don't know if I've ever looked at all these. So these are some of the mermaid ones. Shark. I also, good morning, Tracy Bradshaw. I also want to say, you guys seem to like this Saturday Live in Design Space. So when this is over, if you would comment below, if you're watching the replay, comment and tell me what you want me to show you in Cricut Design Space. Yes, Susan or Joan, I agree. Having access keeps the Cricut cut stress image out. Like, I don't worry about them because I have Cricut access, so I don't usually have to go to the free ones. Do you guys have any more questions on the fonts and things like that, and how to create them and save them? And when you're doing, let me do happy birthday without the capitals. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but just give you an example. Oh, I gotta change the font because I need it to be small letters. Let's do this. Let's center it. Ungroup to lines. Let me group this. And then I can just hide it. That's what I love about Design Space 3. Whoops. Okay, just go up there. Okay, now this is what I was meaning about. Let me make them bigger. This eye can't float by itself unless you're going to put this, say, on the Mickey thing or on hesitate. I just got to notice that my mouse battery is very low. That eye right there, the dot has to touch something. And like, we need to move these together. So when you're doing something like this and it's gonna like stand up on a cake, it all has to be touching. It all has to have something to do. So that's why how you put the letters and stuff really is important. And this font is a child's year. I love this font. And I don't really like the way the P and the stuff fit here. So what I like to do is ungroup these and like maybe put the A there. Here, let's curve it this way. Oh, it's not touching that dot. Maybe you can curve it around like that. Put a number over here. Like, I think this is fun. Just kind of creating whatever you want. It's not touching. Maybe we want to angle them different. Whatever you want it to look like is what it will look like. Is there any size that would be too big for a topper? I measured the top of my cake when I did mine, and I kind of made it that wide because I had a 3-layer cake, and they went smaller because it was a styrofoam cake. I think it's just up to you and what will fit on the cake, or, you know. Yes, there are free cuts. Even if you don't have access, all those cuts I showed were free. Those were not access ones that were free. There's another filter for access. Peggy can't live without access. Access is wonderful, especially the discounts. If you had access last week, you got 25% off mats, plus my discount code. And there are exclusive images in Cricut Access and exclusive fonts. Awesome, Sherry. She says it's fun and I wouldn't know how to do it if you hadn't taught me. Thanks, Melody. Good morning, Maddie. Thank you, Tracy, saying I'm a great teacher for all things Cricut. You're welcome, everybody. So I think that's it for this video. Yeah, Peggy, she says her art program will change fonts into lots of different shapes. You don't have to do this in Design Space. You could do it in PicMonkey or some other software, any software you want, and then bring it into Design Space. But I think it's fun in Design Space, and then I can save some so I can go back to it and change them around. Like I could always use this happy birthday and then add a name or add number to it or whatever. And I really like the Over the Hill one. The Dum Dums make black wrappers. So I think that'd be perfect. I want to make an Over the Hill cake. I have no idea why or who to give it to, but I just want to make one. All right, in about 12 minutes, I'm gonna do opening my mail, and let me show you that. Okay, let me get back to my software. We are gonna stop sharing the screen, and look, okay, and this, see this box here? This is a big, huge box from somebody most of you know on YouTube, and you can watch me open it. Oh, Peggy, I don't think you're over the hill. I am using Chrome. Thank you, Jamie, for sharing my Patreon link. Liz is asking, how can I unlink my cartridge from the first Cricut software? Are you talking about, if you're talking about Cricut Craft Room, it's also in Design Space. It's linked to your Cricut account, not the software. If it's in the Gypsy, you have to link your Gypsy to Cricut Craft Room and sync it, and then you're good. You cannot unlink anything. All right, guys, thank you so much. Remember to comment after it's live if you have, even if you come up with ideas later in the week. I still read every comment, even if the video's old. So if you really want me to show you something in Design Space 3, let me know and I can put it on the schedule for the live videos. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you subscribing and liking my videos. Bye.